There's times in life where, sometimes I feel like, and it's not just a me thing, this is usually things that a lot of people deal with. But there's times in life where I'll feel the need to almost bargain or kind of, move the goalposts when it comes to not just being disciplined, when it comes to doing certain things I shouldn't be doing, or watching things I shouldn't be watching, or saying things I shouldn't be saying. And it's always, brought up as, well, everyone else is doing it type of thing, or, well, it's been everywhere in my childhood. While I would say that's somewhat understandable, because a lot of a lot of you, or a lot of the behavior that you and most people will create, is from your environment, understandably so my point is that it's not a complete excuse to continue said behavior even when outside of said environment. And that, honestly, you should always strive to be better. You should always strive to do the opposite of said thing in the environment. All I mean is that you should never bargain with evil in any case, any situation, or in any space. Never compromise or bargain with injustice, even in times of Armageddon. As we've seen here, even recently, in these times of history right now, we currently have a couple of laws being passed that are pretty much going to make uh, privacy and piracy just so much worse. There's going to be a lot more surveillance when it comes to internet laws and things like that. And everyone always, at least a lot of the masses, always kind of, there's always a little bit of backlash, even though there should be more. But everyone always has said, oh, they'll do something, but they don't. And they bargain, and they say, well, it's only just a little bit. Oh, it's only just a little bit. And they let them take a step by step closer and closer to having control over other people's lives. And unfortunately, it keeps happening over and over again. You should never bargain with your inner desires to do things you shouldn't be doing. No, if you're trying to get, in shape, you don't bargain, well, okay, maybe if I just eat like 3 days instead of four. Well, I would say that is somewhat effective towards, getting out of an addiction, whether that's with food, with, I don't know, drugs or anything. Yes, I'm not saying you shouldn't use any form of um, like a, I guess, substitute. I would say that is rather effective, but my point is just not to bargain with it. Like, don't increase it. Like, oh, well, if I do this, then I could do this type of thing. And if you're really gonna substitute, make sure it's less every time in whatever it is that you're doing. As I said, you don't want to bargain with the enemy. You never want to bargain. They will take a hand, a foot, and a leg, and they will leave no mercy for you. So don't leave any mercy for them. Do not move the goalpost. Stand firm on your teachings, your values, and everything that you hold dear. Because the second they see any hesitation, and the second you start shaking, the walls will collapse and they will take over, just as in real life. I'm not just talking about elites or all these evil people that have a lot of power over the world. I'm talking just about you. Just about what power and control you have in your own life over yourself. It's all on you. Don't bargain with your other self just so that way you could, you know, get into your fleshly desires and, you know, just fleeting pleasure that will only last so little and leave much consequences. Should never bargain in general if it's not something that guarantees you a benefit that's actually for your well-being. Bargaining used to be for mutually exclusive deals that helped people back in the day, kind of like trading, and it was mostly useful and actually benefited society in one sense or another. But now people do bargaining with all the wrong things. They bargain with gambling. They bargain with drugs. They bargain with all these wrong things, and little by little they get farther and farther away from where they should be. And it should be the opposite of that. That's all I wanted to share with y'all today. See y'all on the next one.